Greetings, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of AI Art Review, the best AI art review show in all of the land, in your town, in your country, in your state, wherever you are. This is episode 18. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Ben Kane or B Kane, and we have this sick ass image. Definitely gives me these retro vibes. Totally digging the sunglasses, digging the headphones. Looks like they're just like in their zone with their headphones on, listening to either a podcast, maybe an audiobook, maybe some music, just super focused. But these could also be future Oculus Rift glasses. She might also be in VR or AR. She's probably watching AI art review. I dig it. Moving on. Next up, we have Colina Cleo _ NFT, and we have this little house man guy. Awesome. I like this a lot. This house is cute. Who's ever seen that? It's like a little house character. A house with legs? Come on. And I love how it's made out of like yarn. This is fucking sick. Moving on. Very cool. Next up, we have Buyama, and damn, this is sick. We have this guy out in like Burning Man, just in the middle of nowhere, just decides to go and have a seance with himself, digging his wings. That's why he's probably out there by himself, because he can't show anyone. He's got these sick ass wings. He's probably casting spells on his enemies. I don't know what he's doing. I'd like to know what he's doing. I was gonna say there's definitely one more person with him, the person who's taking the picture, but maybe he's got a tripod. I don't know. But sick ass image. Moving on, we have Leno, like Jay Leno, and we have this cool house. Couple things come up when I first look at this house. A, that would be tough to get to. It seems like you can only get there via swamp. B, it just looks cold as fuck. So this is probably like an estate that a family retreats to maybe in the winter, just to get away from everyone and just celebrate by themselves the holidays. But I don't think anyone's living here all year. I mean, I take that back. Maybe, well, I was gonna say maybe it's a retired couple, but why would you need that big of a house if you're a retired couple? I don't know. Anyway, I dig it. I dig the night sky. Again, I would visit during the holidays for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks is probably enough, but I hate being cold, so yeah. Moving on. Next up, we have Troy Gunnard, and we have this sick-ass ice cream truck. I'm assuming it's an ice cream truck. Obviously, I always have stories. My favorite snack from the ice cream man, who always was outside of my school, was what was they called? They were called premium cookie chip sandwiches. I'm gonna find a picture of them and throw it up. They were the best, and I haven't found anything that matches it, ever. People try to make ice cream sandwiches, but they're not the same. Now I'm gonna be on a hunt to find out if they still make them, but they were bomb. Anyway, image is sick. Obviously, you wonder how the ice cream truck is still in business when obviously there's no one around. It's like a deserted land. I mean, maybe the truck is just blocking the entire town, but I doubt it. Maybe it's a truck that feeds animals who live out in the winter snow. I don't know, but it's sick. Moving on. Next up, we have King Gregory 116 or Arts Fitzgerald, and we have this cool man. Definitely reminds me of what was the album? Definitely reminds me of the album where they're all in space suits. It's like a famous album cover. God, I hate when I can't remember because I seem stupid. I'll put a picture of what it reminds me of. But this mask reminds me of that image cover and that band at that time. Anyway, love the gold. Reminds me of like cat mask, like a emperor cat, if you will. Definitely digging the jumpsuit there. I would rock the jumpsuit. I'd like to take it on a jog. It probably acts as a good windbreaker. Love all the gold around him. Digging the blue eyes. Nice image. Very nice. Moving on. We have AI Dabbler, and we have this guy just on his phone fucking thinking about quantum physics or whatever is going on around him. He's definitely seems like he's a professor or an educational I was gonna say an architect. He just definitely seems like he's into school and all that stuff. Like I said, he's probably figuring out the equation for the wormhole or the quantum physics equation that gets us out of the time period that we're in. Really dig his shoes. I would love to wear his shoes. The blue on blue, I'm not a big fan of his attire, but to each their own, especially in a blue room. Obviously, he's just very blue. He's got a blue board and all that stuff, and all his quantum physics balls are blue. Moving on. Next up, we have Farah XYZ, and we have this happy little Jumpity Astronaut guy. See, this image threw me off a little because I'm like, oh, he's an astronaut jumping on the moon, right? And playing with gravity. But look, the moon is up there. So how can he be on the moon and there's a moon up there? Unless he's on a different planet system with 2 moons, which could be possible. But I think he's on Earth. Earth and looking at the moon and just wishing he was on the moon so he could do that jump and fly. I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of tired today if you haven't noticed, but I'm pushing through. I'm pushing forward. I love this guy's backpack. It would probably be good for camera gear if you got some foam cushions in it. He's got some hops. Well, I don't know. The angle could make it seem like he's jumping higher than he is. So actually, I don't want to judge his jumping abilities, but it does also give you that feeling of like freedom, like a kid again, just fucking jumping out in the middle of nowhere, jumping for it. So I dig it. Next up, we have Renee J. Campbell. And yes, please, more of this. A cookie woman in a cookie dress with a bunch of cookies around her. Yes, dig it. I mean, I'm hoping that little puddle around her is like a river of milk, because that's the one thing that's missing is milk with all these cookies. But definitely gives you the sweet tooth vibe. I've been trying to stop eating. My main thing right now is dark chocolate covered pretzels, and I can't stop. And every time I go to the store, I tell myself I'm not gonna get them, but then I fucking get them. Anyway, these cookies look awesome. This dress looks awesome. I hope someone wears one of these dresses to the Grammys or the Emmys, whatever award show is going up. Why has no one walked in a fucking chocolate chip cookie dress? That's sick. And she's going all out. She even is a chocolate chip cookie. She got the surgery. Cool. And last but not least, never least, we have Dio D of the Beholder, and we have this plant who looks like it's smoking kush. I mean, this is awesome. It gives you the creepy movie vibes from like the 70s or 80s, like what was the movie with Chunk in it, The Goonies. It kind of gives me like Goonies cinematography vibes, but then you have this plant that looks like it's ripping a bong hit or something. I don't know what's going on, but I dig it. And that's it. And that's another episode of AI Art Review. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 18. In 2 more episodes, it'll be episode 20, and that'll be cool. Anyway, looking forward to continuing to grow this with you guys. And again, thank you for watching. Catch you next time.